specifically in the public education system, someone that's 4, 5, or 6 years old, I think there's a certain way to raise boys and a certain way to raise girls. People totally disagree with that, but young boys act totally different than young girls. They just do.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel at Peace and Makeover. Today I'll be checking out Trans Activities Schooled by Kirk. So without further ado, let's dive into this.
I might have missed this because I just got here.
Yeah.
So first I want to ask, what? Back to the gender issue, the one that's under. Is there some level of evidence that could change your mind on this that could compel you to go? Okay, I guess not.
I will always read, and so the funny thing is, I sat down with Caitlyn Jenner for 2.5 hours 3 days ago, and I learned stuff about the transgender debate that I obviously, if I learned it, I didn't know it, but it opened my eyes on a lot of different aspects of it. Most importantly, the surgery that it takes to get gender reassignment surgery is nothing to be joked about.
Sure.
And Caitlyn Jenner says that it's something that a 15-year-old should never go through. That's what she said. So you will notice I'm calling her she. Now, why would I call her she? Because she respectfully asked me. No one forced me to call Caitlyn Jenner anything, but we had a mutual connection. So as soon as we start to have laws, which exist in California, where you force people to call somebody something by under penalization of law, that's a problem.
So sorry to.
It's okay, but I'm just saying, I'm happy to learn. I'll listen to anything.
So is there, just to your knowledge though, is there some level of evidence that you can say right now that could make you change your mind, that could make you go, oh, I guess there are more than two genders?
If there's compelling,
or I don't know, zero.
If there's compelling evidence that there's anything beyond excluding intersex chromosomal structure of XXXY, or if there's compelling evidence that there's no difference between males and females, which I would love to read, but I don't see that.
One question, you said something earlier before, which was tying chromosomes and gender, right? XY male, XX female. Is that what you believe? Is that correct?
Excluding intersex, yes. I mean, there are intersex people, but you don't have a rule for the exception. You have the exception, which is to the rule. But yes,
okay.
Correct. It's not just what I believe. It's what biology accepts.
Okay. Because I remember hearing not too long ago that a while back, I think before this became a bigger topic, was that scientists are moving away from that, saying that there are a lot of scientists who study people who typical male characteristics, genitalia, picture, whatever, and vice versa. Males who look like males, feel like males, et cetera, and got the chromosomes tested and was like, oh crap, I've got 2 X chromosomes, that's weird. Well, whatever, but it's not a social thing to them. They feel like they're men. I could go into a test tomorrow. I don't think I'll have my chromosomes tested, and I could see, oh gosh, I've got XX chromosomes. That's weird. I don't think it would change anything about the way I live my life, whatever. And I feel like I heard that was something they noticed, and now when they went, oh gosh, I guess gender is not strictly speaking tied to chromosomes anymore.
Right. So here's the broader question: why am I doing this? There's 3 big questions that need to be answered as a society that can be connected to this. Number 1 is the sex reassignment surgery for 15-year-olds without parental consent. That stems from the transgender argument. I think that's wrong. That a 15-year-old can get sexual reassignment surgery without telling their parents, and taxpayers have to pay for it. I think that's wrong. Number 2, specifically in the public education system, someone that's 4, 5, or 6 years old, I think there's a certain way to raise boys and a certain way to raise girls. People totally disagree with that, but young boys act totally different than young girls. They just do. And so you add the 3rd box and you don't recognize those differences, I think you do a disservice to a child trying to find their place in a chaotic and confused world.
That's true. I think we as humans, we need to learn some things without actually arguing about it, because sex is directly related to gender, and we should just accept that. I'm sorry, I'm tired of arguing. So it's stressful to be saying one thing over and over again. It's just like you saying the day you were born and your age are not directly intertwined. You can pick any year you want, or you can pick any age you want, because I'm free to do what I want, is a free word. But no, there are things that are directly related to each other, and we should learn to find objective truths and not being subjective, being picky, looking for a way to make everybody happy. Regardless of anything, even if you try to look for a way to make everybody happy, people will still be upset. So why don't you stand by the basic truth and live your life in that sense? But let me not think anyways.